Now to a nutrition program for millions of low-income women and children. It's on shaky ground right now. The program, commonly known as WIC, is facing a $1 billion funding shortfall, and federal officials say that could force states to implement waiting lists later this year. And Washington correspondent Jackie DeFusco joins us live now from Washington. And Jackie, a key deadline is happening in just a few days.
Yeah, Leticia, that's right. Money for the U.S. Department of Agriculture and a few other government agencies could potentially expire after March 1st if Congress does not take further action here. And that threat of a partial government shutdown is just an additional layer of uncertainty for WIC participants. Access to the nutrition program WIC is in jeopardy for millions of children, pregnant women, and new moms like Mahogany Jenkins.
The price of formula has skyrocketed, so not being able to have access to that right away, it could really impact a lot of families like mine.
The National WIC Association says historically, Congress has fully funded the bipartisan program.
For the first time this century, Congress is in danger of abandoning that precedent, which would force WIC to revert to waiting lists, turning away eligible individuals.
The U.S. Department of Agriculture says lawmakers need to provide an additional $1 billion, in part to cover a recent increase in participants. But Congress is months behind schedule on its budget bills, and officials say states are at risk of running out of resources to fill that gap in the meantime.
The longer that Congress kicks the can down the road, the more continuing resolutions are passed, the more uncertainty state and local WIC agencies have about what the rest of their budget will look like for the fiscal year.
The amount of assistance is also up for debate. A proposal from House Republicans would end an enhanced benefit for fruits and vegetables initially approved during the COVID pandemic.
It is finally time to be responsible stewards of taxpayer dollars by rescinding these new government giveaways. We must work to right-size programs, especially since the pandemic is over.
The funding fight now further complicated by a March 1st deadline to prevent a partial government shutdown.
Even in the event of a government shutdown, WIC will remain open for business and available to families for as long as state agencies have the resources on hand to allow them to do so.
USDA tells me that they currently have the resources to operate WIC through March of 2024. Now, beyond that, the National WIC Association says that the extent and timing of any possible program disruptions would likely depend on the state. Leticia.
So, Jackie, if states end up implementing a wait list because of this budget shortfall, who exactly could be impacted the most?
Yeah, Leticia, this, I'm told, could impact not just new applicants, but also current WIC participants who are going to be up for renewal at some point in the coming months. And USDA says because of the size of this budget shortfall, likely participants across all categories would be impacted. Now, that said, the agency also notes that the program rules do set a prioritization schedule. And that means that the first groups of people who could potentially be waitlisted at the state level would be new mothers who are not breastfeeding and children ages 1 through 5 who don't have high-risk health conditions. Leticia.
Jackie, thank you so much for your live report from Washington.